Skulk walked along a cluttered path lined with stacks of blender blades and piles of tire irons. The beast plodded along in no particular direction near the oil seas just outside the city that was always falling apart. The wind whipped across the vast fields of scrap metal, smacking the ogre in his face, escalating this already cold winter. Wait, was it winter? Day. The sting of stupidity in his crooked jaw and dislocated shoulder, however, stung with much more urgency. The beast had gained these recently formed deformities by believing it a good idea to find out if he could survive a fall from the tallest rotted tree in the plastic forest. And though he did learn he could, in fact, survive the fall, he had come to also learn that surviving and enjoyably living without a crooked jaw and dislocated shoulder were two very different things. But that was Skulk, always looking to learn as fast as he could without ever questioning what he was about to learn. These self-taught lessons usually ended in the ultimate demise of our foolish friend, forcing the earth, yet again, to spit the poor hunk of idiocy back into the world of the living. So the fact that he was still relatively standing gave him a unique chance to educate himself a little more than usual this time around. Skulk contemplated. He actually rigorously thought about something. It was quite a successful life already, being able to make that statement. In between lives while being recreated, the opposite was true. Skulk actually contemplates way too much in those non-moments. His forming brain tended to flood with memories from the innumerable past lives he had lived, drowning himself in self-doubt, self-hate, and of course, a bit of hunger. Yet now, since his memory abruptly disappeared every time he birthed, an opportunity, unbeknownst to him, arose. The ogre thought about how he wished he didn't hurt, which led him to think about how he wished no one would hurt. How it would be so nice if those in charge, the followers of Baghead, actually looked to take care of the rest of the people in this last city. He dreamt of a situation where the people had the opportunity to choose who was making decisions for everyone, where all our resources weren't being used to create ammo for the boom tubes being fired at who knows what, but instead being used to benefit those doing all the work. His mind wet itself with the idea of those. The ones doing the work. The ones who spoke of good but rarely acted on it. The ones constantly complaining. The ones blaming each other for the situation they were all in together. The ones who at times desperately did far worse things than those in charge. The beast dove deeper. He pored over questions that arose now. Even if those had a say, would they make the right choices? Or would they make the same choices the followers of Baghead make, under a different name, but only differing in benefiting themselves instead? Would power really help them make the right decisions? The ogre felt like he couldn't breathe. This conundrum angered him. He wanted to believe there was a way, even a hypothetical way. Maybe all it took was a leader, a benevolent one, to show how to make the right choices. But who would that be? Could he have to do it himself? No, that's crazy. But could he do something like that himself? Skulk's heart beat faster. He felt hope? He really couldn't breathe. Was he the answer? Was he about to try and change the world? Was he... The beast snapped out of his furious thinking frenzy. Unguided and lost in thought, the ogre ended up plodding to a point around 50 yards offshore at the bottom of the oil seas, and had walked directly into the enormous leg of the giant plasta-oil crab. The annoyed, plastic-infused crab grabbed Skulk by the neck with his massive, pock-marked unguis and squealed a truly horrifying screech. No, Skulk wasn't meant to change the world. At least not this life.